How we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. I wanted to get out today to do some demonstrations with the inflatable screen. That is not going to happen. Just started raining out of nowhere, so that's not going to happen. Usually if it's one of those, we just get a little rain that just pops up out of nowhere. I don't want to run the risk of it happening again. Just rather just have another full day. And I try not to do demonstrations on Sunday because that's the Lord's Day. So it'll probably be either Monday or Tuesday when I'll be doing those demonstrations. All right. So with that being said, I'm going to be doing some more demonstrations today on the dark screen paint products, which, like I said, I don't understand. And it still baffles me. I've been developing dark technology for quite a long time. And that's the first thing you have to test when you're dealing with darker products, is you have to test the white levels. Whether it be on camera or off camera, they have to be tested. There is no sense for a screen to come up literally that dark in a demonstration and then have the same product that's being sold online. Whew, man, that's not good. That's not good at all. If he was over at contract with a company and they had discovered this, they would have pushed him right out the door. He wouldn't have gotten anything at all. They would have just told him, look, have a nice day and be about your way. But I can see if it was showing just a little bit, because all dark screens, keep in mind at the end of the day, all of them are the white levels are going to drop the minute you start darkening the product to get the contrast and the colors to pop higher. You're going to lose some white levels. That's why with the darker screens that are like the DMP Supernova, those darker screens, they have Dark Star 9, Black Diamond. They have a kind of reflective surface to make up for the white level drop. Because they don't deal in paints and stuff like that. They deal in actual fabric surfaces. So that's what they'll have for there. That's why some will have a kind of reflective surface to pull in more white light. But this product right here, I can tell, basically didn't have anything at all. It was just basically just made to show off that it can pull a contrast level. That's it. I guess it compete with our contrast level capabilities. But they ignored the white light, which is desperately needed, because if not, your screen will show. You will have that problem. And then also too, what I find a little bit even more disturbing is the fact that our screen is darker than that surface, and it still produces a higher white light. So we're just going to do a segment on that today. I wanted to get outside today, really wanted to get outside today, but like I said, we got rain, so it's not going to happen. So look, see my screen coming down? This is what I find disturbing. His screen completely is producing so much dark that our screen that's jet black is producing a higher white level than a gray screen. I told you the Phoenix technology has amazing white level capabilities for a black screen. Now, I would think that the darker screen would give us more of a battle toe-to-toe, because it's going to produce some of a better contrast. It's going to produce a contrast level. It's going to be able to keep up with color, all that toe-to-toe with a screen that's black. Light gray screen is going to struggle like crazy because it can't produce the contrast level from the door. The contrast levels are not going to pop, color is not going to pop. So there's two problems going to pop up for that screen. White levels, it will have a slight advantage point, but then again, Phoenixes can pull high white levels. So them next to a screen paint product would easily be able to overcome it with no problem, because the screen can do that. And I find it interesting. There's just this, I've watched this over and over again. And like I said, we've never done this before versus this product. We've never done this before. And you watch any of the demonstrations, it's the first time we've done this on a motorized, by bringing the motorized screen down. Also too, the fact that we're going to do a separate video today, just strictly separate video on the white screen, on how much light is dispersing out. We're going to do a white screen and we're going to do a silver screen. How much white light is going to be dispersing from corner to corner. All this right around here. When those you have dedicated home theater rooms, if you're using a white screen, I've seen somebody with a very, 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 very expensive theater setup, and his screen was bone white. And I said, good gracious, I could imagine when his projector hits that thing is reflecting off the walls and ceiling. And sure enough, it was. In the demonstration, he did one on the channel, and you could see the white light was pushing all over the place. I'm like, wow. But they don't know anything about it. So like I said, they don't know nothing about us, because I'm a small guy. I'm just in a house basically processing paint on a website. You know, that's why the contract is very important, because that contract is what is going to get us out there, so people on those particular sites can go, oh, I never heard of this company, and so and so. So that's what's important about that contract, because it gets people to know who we are. So that way he can have a black screen in his theater, dedicated theater room, won't have that extra light splashing all over the place. But Screen Innovation, they're the ones that actually showed that all first. They had a white screen first, displaying off the projector, and then this screen would come down and boom, knock out all the freaking light. You just see the screen only. Which is interesting, because we could do the same thing they could do under demonstrations. But they're the ones that came with it first. Not only people looking at this, but it's overshadowing. You can see our screen's not coming that dark because they were to raise his dark screen, but look at going over the white screen at the same time. So if the screen was virtually impossible to be seen, there's no way to work an overshadow white screen. And it clearly shows this product was never ever tested. He never tested it. If he had tested it, he would have saw that the screen was producing too dark of an image. We're going to repeat the same demonstration you're seeing right here. We're going to repeat it downstairs. I just can't get over that. How do you not see that? That's like when I bought that projector. I bought it over here, I plugged it in, and it didn't work. And the guy clearly said on his ad, he said, oh, it was tested and retested. How can you not plug this in and not seen all these indicator lights flash off on the projector? Come on now. You saw it, you just ignored it. This is why I tell people, if you get into this field, do not cut corners. Don't do that. Don't cut corners. Because then you'll have somebody like me that'll come along and say, hey, look, you're cutting corners here, here, and here. And even the experts will do it. Even the professionals will do it. You think you're going to go down and walk into a facility and sign a contract? No, they're going to run your screen to the freaking ringer. Better pass. You'll be coming home unhappy. They'll fly you out there. You better do exactly what's supposed to do. No way in the world. That's unbelievable. I can't stop watching. This is what I have on my forum site. They're watching this right now on the forum site and discussing this. And they're all saying the same thing. That paint that you see up there and that square is black and white paint. That's all. There's nothing in it. It would have showed something, at least some kind of change or some kind of difference if it was. If it was anything different, it would have showed it. Oh man, I swear, some people, boy. Somebody done bought that painted on their screen. They thought they got a really good screen. You got a dirty screen. Let's go over here real quick. I need to go look at I need to look at something real quick. I'm gonna take care of this right now while we're in here. That's me on me. Who is me on me? Go to my management right now. That's why when you see us do all these tests, all those tests are important. Those tests that we show you where we take a screen and we put black surfaces against it to show you that, look, this is the difference between my product and another black surface. We take our products and we put multiple white screens and we show nothing but white levels. That's important. Anytime I show up a black screen, the first thing I say is no point in me sitting here showing you contrast level. It's the screen's black. It's automatically going to pull a contrast level. That's easy. Let's get rid of this real quick. Sometimes I let my videos go. I let them go a day or so. I give the haters a chance to express themselves by giving me dislikes. You do know that, right? I just want to know, if you're a hater, you do know that, right? That sometimes I don't go in and remove certain options that will allow you to be able to hate on my videos. Sometimes I leave them in there. Sometimes I just don't feel like it. Sometimes I get done shooting a video, I'm tired, I might get something to eat, watch a little TV. Don't care. Give you a chance to express yourself. I know later on I come in tomorrow and disable them. But at the end, I don't care. Because I know my product works. I know I can come into a live stream and I can show you my videos, and it works. I'm going to correct that a little better. There we go. So that don't bother me at all. I know why you hate on my work. You hate on my work because it's good. That's the only way you can express yourself. So sometimes I just give you a little break so you can express yourself, and I don't come in and take out that option right away. But today we're going to take that out right away right now. Because it doesn't affect me at all when you do it. At the end of the day, you know that, right? Just want to let you know. It doesn't do any damage to me. The product still sells at the end of the day. Contract is still there at the end of the day. Nothing changes. All right, let's go up and let's take a look at something I wanted to stare at real quick. Got all that good. Okay. Right there. White levels. It should be within that's there. I don't understand that. When it comes to like when you're doing live only gives you 60 charters. That's it on it. That's all they will give you. You have to be over in whatchamacallit, pre-recorded to get the full 100 in there. But now I figured out something new. If I come in right away after I'm shooting the video, as I'm shooting the video, and I come here, I can change it and put what I want to put into it. So I just learned something new today. All right, so we got white level demonstrations, demonstration dark UV mix versus Phoenix 19. Oh, that's perfect right there. I'll take it like that. Save that. Down with that right there. Here's the little icon at the bottom telling you have saved. Okay, let's come out of here. We're done with that right there. Okay. I'm gonna go get a fresh one from there. Just grab a fresh one from there. I'm gonna put these videos up on my site, but I want them to be different. I'll pre-record them so we can make them shorter. That way you just come in and just go right from the door, show the screen, fast demonstration, and be done from there. We can use it for demonstrations. All right, so let's go over to I don't want anybody thinking that I'm doing something dishonest. That's why I show everything from the door. That's why all testings are done live, so you can see everything, see all the testing being done. So nobody can say that, oh, I didn't see the testing. Yeah, we share our testings. Unboxings. Oopsie, what I hit? All right, so let me see. These are unboxings that we've done. So what I got to do is look up under my account that unboxings on what we have here. And every time we unbox one of his products, so there's one right there. We did unboxing on that one right there. I was unboxing on that's the Metallica 2.0 before we changed the label on that one. I was unboxing on that one. I told you anytime we do a video, we always do the unboxing on the product so you can know exactly. See right there? There you go. That's when he was doing metal cans. That's how far that one goes back. September 2018. I explained to you at the end of the day, and we didn't go through the website to eBay to buy this. We got this through a customer who bought it for us. So that's all I explained to you. Like, we can have 11 cancellations over there. We got 11 cancellations because we went straight through his website and he knows who we are. That's why we have 11 cancellations, because he knows who's buying it. But if I call somebody right now and say, hey, buddy, here's $100, here's your banking account. Go buy me this right now. He can go buy it. He won't know who he is unless he has magical powers or psychic abilities to be to know, but he won't know. We're going to have the product right here, down here, no time at all. It isn't hard to get the product. It isn't. It's just that if we go through his website, we get canceled, which, that's what he wanted us to do, go to the website so he can monitor who's buying it, so he can know we're the only ones that buying it. But to have somebody else buy it, that bit of it kind of spoofs him out a bit, because he doesn't know who's making the purchase. That's why. But even when we did it, we got cancellations left and right. But that UV mix is, he should never be selling that stuff to begin with. That stuff is really, 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 really dark. It is really dark. Let me see. Yeah. He should never be selling it. See that right there? That's your UV mix right there. I got videos backing everything. Everything I do. 2020, he even marked it. He signed it. He put that special signature on it. That was from him. When the paint that I got right now, the can is covered in paint. It has everything on it, but it still has the UV signature on it right there. That's the product right downstairs that you're selling to customers right now, claiming that product is supposed to be able to pull up. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is because I don't want anybody to come up and say to me, well, the product you have down there is not what it is, so and so. So no, that's it. That's the product. That's why when we went in, when we were going to buy the UV mix again, I tried to make an attempt to buy the UV mix again because Crow boys were coming in the room. They were very upset and angry, and they were talking about, well, you know, I don't think that's his sample sheet up there. And I said, well, if it's not his sample sheet, how about this? How about we go purchase the product right now, which I did in the video, and we'll get the product down here if it comes, and we'll do an unboxing, and we'll paint it up. We'll do the exact same demonstration all over again, just for you. But see, they couldn't even, the problem with that is the fact that they couldn't even back the product of the person who made it in fear that the person was going to cancel. I asked them, do you think the individual was going to cancel, yes or no? Nobody replied back because they knew at the end of the day he was going to cancel. That's what they knew. None of them were going to throw themselves under the bus for this individual. You were going to back his product, but yet you weren't willing to throw yourself under the bus for him. And that's why none of you said anything. So I said, fine, no one's going to say anything. We'll go buy it. And I bought the product. That was number 11 in cancellations. And sure enough, we got to cancel on the product. Because if someone's going to tell you that, if this is your product that you make at the end of the day, and your fans are backing you by saying, hey, it's not his product. I said, okay, we'll buy the product. We'll bring it down here. We'll buy it. Let's see what happens. Bring the product down here. We'll place the order. Place the order. Order didn't even last a day. Didn't last one day. There it is, number 11. That's number 11. What does the product say that we ordered? We ordered the UV mix. That's what we ordered. We ordered the UV mix to bring it down here to do a demonstration to support. Now, Crow Boys can't come in here and rant and carry on, oh, that's not his product. Oh, it's his product up there. It's his product 100% up there. But I was willing to spend an extra $85 that day to bring the product down here again to do another demonstration to paint it up to show you that it is his product. And in the process of doing so, the order got canceled. Because even he knew that if the product got done here, it was going to react the exact same way as the product we have in the container. So if the owner who designed the product or the creator or the inventor who designed the product knew that it was going to fail either way, he just canceled the order. So I'm glad we have what we have here. And we got this from another customer, bought that for us, and sent that over to us. All right, so we're done there. I like to put that information up first because before I start doing a demonstration on someone's product, I like to show you solid evidence first before we go down that road. So then somebody can't go crying and whining about, oh, well, he did this and he did that. No. I'll give you a backstory to it. Yes, I will. I'll give you a backstory to it. So that way, you can understand the whole entire thing on what's going on before it happens. Now, as I said before, we got the product down here. And the interesting thing about it was, oh, you can see my orders are going. Thank you to the driver for picking up the orders. We won't be outside today. I was hoping to get outside today to do demonstrations on the inflatable. Rain come to the windows up. This side. All right. Because I don't want anybody sitting there saying, well, you know, this. No, we got the unboxing. We got the container over here. We had a customer pick it up for us about a year ago. So there's no excuses. We even went out and tried to order a brand new another UV mix to have it down. It was canceled out by Crow. So it just clearly shows that, yes, the product we have down here is the real deal. And even he knew that if we bring the product down here for an unboxing review, he was going to cancel, which he did. So now we're downstairs in the basement again in the workshop. We have the Chrissy 5,000 lumen projector. We got the Sony over down here. We got the motorized projection screen coated with our black technology, which will be our Phoenix Black. I got the remote control. I got the dog tape, and we got the remote control tape, everything we need here. Now, like I said, at the end of the day, you can paint your screen with this stuff, but I know exactly what's going to happen to your screen because, like I said, we got it here. A little sample sheet right there. Old sample sheet, but still sample sheet. Watch this again. I love doing this demonstration. You know why I love doing this demonstration? Because it's shocking. There's two things. It's kind of sad and it's kind of a love for it. It's shocking that he would basically sell a product on this website. We bought the product. The product is still for sale. We bought the product. That's a receipt for showing you from the website when we made the purchase again. So he is selling this product. That's coming out literally this dark. Now, I'm gonna guess we'll walk in front of my projector real quick so I can show you. That's my screen. My screen's even darker than the YouTube joint it's showing right here. It's darker. So I'm gonna walk in front of my screen. We'll show you where my shadow's at because you can't see the projector, how light his screen is to mine. This is the part that baffles the daylight side of me. This is a UV mix. This is how light it is, all right? But compared to all his other screen paint, this is the darkest. This is a very dark mix. If you can't get the white levels to pop up on this correctly, you sure enough can't develop a black technology. You can't do it. Because this is absolutely kind of interesting at the fact that my screen is literally darker than your screen, but yeah, it's pulling up a higher white level. All right. Okay. Let me see. I need to go into. Let me come out of here for a minute. Let me bring my screen up. Let's go bring my screen up for a minute. Just had the remote control a few minutes ago. And then for those of you who've been asking me and asking me about, hey, if you paint it with the screen paint, can I roll the screen up and down? Heck, this is what we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. Not sorry, couple of days. Is rolling my screen up and down. Now, can contrast produce on this screen? We already displayed that contrast can produce on this. The problem you have is white levels. When it comes to a black screen or a dark gray screen, contrast levels is something you really shouldn't be thinking about at that particular time. It has to be white levels only. When it comes to gray screens, one of the things you have to display is your contrast levels. Colors you should not be, gray screen is going to pull color regardless. It's going to pull it regardless. What you need to be showing is contrast levels. I can't say that enough. I swear, I think if I had $1 for every time I said it, I'd be a millionaire by now. All right, so I'm going to take this product and put it against the white screen. We have right here. This right here is the screen you can go pick over up at Amazon for around, I got mine 140, 150 inch screen. You would pay somewhere around $48 for. I got 250 in there. I paid 98. No, 250. I paid 125 for. So we're gonna do a lights out in here. All right, because in his demonstrations, anytime it's just playing anything, it's always in the dark. Because then we got cloudy day, started to rain. I'm gonna partially dark in here. We're going to be in the dark while we're doing this. I like to do dark demonstrations, but I figure why not? Nice and comfy. We're sitting upon the PS4 remote control. We just had a few minutes ago. Oh, here we go. Now we're only going to do white levels. Just going to do white levels only. You can do a little color if you want in there, but we're just going to do some white levels in there. If you're curious to see what red looks like, I'll give you a show what red looks like before we start. Pull up a red screen.
I know most people don't pick products up there.
There we go. That's what you're picking up. Because you can't see white levels. You need white levels, or we need white and contrast to pick up a red level. If it's too much and the product is too dark, it's going to come up dark. But let's go over to our white levels, okay? So let's go over here. Let's go pop up search, and let's look for the Skyworth demonstration. There we go. I like the one with the females in the kitchen cooking food because very high white levels on that one. The contrast levels are going to pull, as you can see. And that's what you're first going to start off with. This is why you have to be able to test your white levels on your product before selling it. Mind you, as I showed you, my screen is darker than his screen. want to use my screen, canceling out the excess white light from the white screen that's producing light all over the environment. But it's also producing a white level higher than Crow's UV mix. There you go. Let's see, my controllers. With the white screen also too, you can see the white screen at 5,000 lumens. Usually most people, that's what they do. They'll get a more higher, brighter lumen projector, just in fact they think they're going to be to see the image better. You have to have contrast. Contrast is very important at the end of the day. Too much contrast is even more harming. Look at that. This is how high his contrast levels are coming up. You want to see up close? That's how bad it is. So it clearly shows for a product that he is selling. As a matter, like I said, we brought that product on September the 16th, which shows that it's still in circulation. He's still selling on the website. He hasn't completed any test on the product whatsoever. If he did complete a test, he would have saw this within the first thing that would have popped up. If he put this against a basic white projection screen and produced a white image off of it, this was the first thing that would have popped up. If our screen was going to produce the exact same black level his screen is producing, our entire screen would be so dark it would actually match his screen with no problem. There you go. That's your white levels on your UV mix, and that's my white levels on my Phoenix. Now, all white levels on dark technology is supposed to drop. That's going to happen automatically, but not at that rate. That rate is just too fast too fast and too dark to be that color. And if you do have a black screen product out there, this is how we're going to test you. You're going to be doing a white level test. This is what our screens have to go through all the time. They have to go through a white level test. You see the white screen behind it? Look at the color of the fruit on the white screen. And the black screen passes over top of it. Look in the corner very carefully. See? This is why you need a black screen. So for those people who make black screens, this is what you'll be going underneath of. We have a whole new set of tests that we do, completely different from when we go against gray screens. Black screens go through rigorous tests, and their tests are pretty brutal. You're going to have to maintain very high white levels next to some very extremely high screens that can pull out white levels. Nothing pulls out a white level higher than a white screen. Now, if someone's hitting this projector 5,000 lumens, like I said, see the fruit in the corner? See the fruit looking like, oh wow, it's red. That's not red. It literally is not red. That's actually not red at all. Let's take I like to add a little something extra in there. Personal mix. Just the personal mix right here. Put it right there. This with my projector coming down by my foot. That's weird. Try this again. That's better. All right. There is the personal mix right there. At the corner, you're seeing right there. There's the personal mix. And you're probably saying, okay, I'm seeing red. No, you're still not seeing red. Not even close. But that's red. No, it's not. That's not red. Still not seeing red. You want what you paid for when you bought your projector? That's the big question. Do you want what you paid for when you bought your projector? Do you want the brilliant colors that it's capable of doing? You're not going to be able to see that at all. Watch the fruit in the corner. That's what color your screen's supposed to pull up. That's red. That's his product right there at the bottom, right there. And that's our product at the top. You're not seeing red. Isn't that interesting? Some people will sit there home on their projector and actually seriously believe that they're actually seeing true color coming from their projector, and you're not even close to it. I see it all day long. I go on demonstrations, I watch people's demonstrations, their own reviews, and I look at their screens like not even close. Not even close to what your projector has the capable of doing. You're not even seeing it. I say it's just almost like you're going to buy a projector and someone's sawing it in half for you and taking all your money. You're not even seeing exactly what your projector is supposed to be doing. Oh man, it's a shame. It really is a shame. Not seeing what you're supposed to be getting. Some of the products I've seen out here, you'll get a slight little difference. That's what you'll get, and that's it. Brag about your projector all day long about what kind of projector you got. You can say you have 4K. You can say you got a Ronco, barcode, Christie, whatever you got. If I see your screen, I know exactly what you're getting from your projector automatically from the door. And not much you can talk about after that. Well, expensive. You can have a JVC. JVCs are extremely expensive projectors. Talk about your contrast ratio, your color bit, everything you can talk about. The minute I see your screen, I already know what you got already from the door. Got a beautiful projector? Yes, you do. You ain't got the screen to match it. Look at those tomatoes at the bottom. Watch how they glisten. Look how they come to life when a black screen hits it. That's why when I go on some of these forum sites, I bring the same videos on the forum sites. We do live videos on there sometimes. I'll ask them, well, what kind of projector you got? Well, I got a such and so and so, and I got this, that, and the other. Okay. I'll bring up their sample sheet, throw it against my screen, and go, well, here we go. How you want to do this? Lights on or off? How you want to do it? And at the end of the day, all I get is, how can I inbox you? I love how the white screen basically comes displaying too much white light. You can't even see it until our technology rolls over top of it. That is an untested product right there. And so we purchased that product on September the 16th, which shows that product is still being sold on the website without being tested. Reason why orders get canceled out, because if they come over here, we're going to test your product. We're going to test it the way it's supposed to be tested. Because I guarantee you, you don't do demonstrations like this. Now, I know Screen Innovation does demonstrations like this because that's what put their product on the map. The fact that they could take that white screen and have that dark screen come over top of it and not only cancel out all the light from ceiling to floor. You won't see any ceiling or any wall to wall. That's one of their demonstrations. I guarantee you, when your product does get down here, we are going to test it thoroughly. When I mean test it thoroughly, if my technology has to go through this kind of testing just about every single day, I don't see why anybody else is shouldn't. What's the problem? That product should never come up that dark. That is really, really bad. So the white levels, like I said, aren't good at all. Anywhere we put this at, come up with this right on her face, half and half. Right there on her face, half and half. I want you to see that up close, how that looks. Listen, we got a 5,000 lumen projector. I can see if we're using like 1,000 lumens or 2,200 lumens, but we're using a 5,000 lumen projector. And that image is coming up very, very dark. Now, what makes this demonstration so interesting, what I like about it the most, is the fact that not only are we displaying his product on how dark it is, we're doing dark screen versus dark screen. Now, if you're doing a dark screen versus light screen, you can expect the light screen is going to pull up a higher white level. That's what it's going to do automatically, due to the fact that white screen, light gray screens are designed to pull a higher white level. But we're doing a dark screen versus dark screen on dark levels. Right now, his personal mix pulls a higher white level than his, because in his campaigns, what he does, he tries to say, well, you don't want to go near a dark screen, because if you go near a dark screen, you're not going to be able to see the image all that well. Well, it's interesting, your UV mix doesn't pull up an image that well because your UV mix is not pulling up a white level. Now, if we take your personal mix right here, and I put your personal mix right against your UV mix, your personal mix pulls up a higher white level than your UV mix. But the problem with the personal mix is the fact that it can't see color. So there's your UV mix, and the personal mix does not pull up a 100% white level. It doesn't, next to a white screen. Even though if it's light gray, it still has, because mind you, the only way a screen could pull up a 100% white level, it would literally have to be white to do it. If it does that, that means you're going to have certain things suffer. But if you look at the color here on her skin here, and you look at the colors here on her, on the UV, on the personal mix, as you can see, it's not pulling up the same skin tone. But it pulls up a much better color than the UV mix. It does. Contrast-wise, the UV mix would pull up a much better one than the personal mix. Let's go back down. And there's our product going over the UV mix and the personal mix and the white screen all at the same time, producing a natural picture color. It just goes to show that even the personal mix does pick up a better color than the UV mix, as I told you, because at the end of the day, it's a gray screen. It's going to have to be able to produce a higher white level. But even though, being a gray screen, your UV mix should never be coming up that dark. There's your personal mix sitting right next. Right there. That's your personal mix right there. That's your UV mix right there. That's our technology right there. Our technology, being what it is, dark as it is, way darker than your personal mix, can pull a white level high enough to nearly blend into your personal mix. Your personal mix pulls up a much better white level than your UV mix. My screen can beat both of them at the same time. That's why I know you didn't test your products out. I guarantee majority of your products are basic black and white paint because that's how black and white paint reacts. There's nothing special about black and white paint. There's nothing in it that makes it special. It's just black and white. That's all it is. And meanwhile, the white screen you're seeing it all together is washing out due to the fact that it can't pick up either one. Higher white level. I like seeing the white screen disappear as our screen leaves it. Yeah, so I can tell these products right here. This product is not going to match your product, as I said before. It doesn't have the ability to pull color or see color. That's the problem with the lighter mixes. They can't see color. So that's the problem with them. The darker mix right here can't see white light. If you can't see white light, everything's going to suffer on the screen. Everything. Doesn't just have to be white, even color will suffer on it. There you go. This comes from not testing. Well, when you're doing a screen paint and you're basically just painting it out, sticking it in a dark environment. We're doing it right now. Same thing. Dark environment, high power projector, 5,000 lumen Christie standing behind us. Your product doesn't do. I don't know what you're doing in your demonstration, but your products don't do well over here at all. Period. And we do these live. But the only problem in your demonstrations, you skip certain things. Like the demonstration you did against the Dark Star 9, you just colorful demonstrations. Dark Star 9's high points are the contrast level. That's why the screen's so dark. You didn't display anything but heavy contrast on the screen because you knew the Dark Star 9 would pull a heavier contrast in your product. That's why you stayed away from that. There's certain things you do in your demonstrations that you skip a lot. This is one of the demonstrations we did request. We did request white levels, bone white levels versus the UV mix. Something you skipped completely but didn't want to do. So I was like, fine, we got it here, we'll do it ourselves. We give people the opportunity to do the demonstrations themselves, and if they don't do it themselves, then we just do it for them. Okay, skip here. All together. Let's see, let's go for a LG snow demonstration. LG snowboarding. Now, I find it interesting. Anytime we display a black screen, people are always requesting, hey, let's see those white levels. Well, white levels too, but for some reason, that seems to fall on deaf ears for some reason. No problem. That's why we can't do reviews on the product. We can't do proper reviews because the reviews that we do are going to be by the book. And if we're doing reviews by the book, then the problem is that that's when you're going to start seeing orders canceled out because chances are maybe their reviews were done in a very comfortable environment that would make the screen look good. So that's why. Okay, let's go one more time on that. So I'm going to search one more time. I'm going to take this out right here. That's what it comes down to. The environment was made comfortable for the screen. Same thing, if we take any of the high performance certified screens, I look at their demonstrations, all their demonstrations are done to make the screen look real comfortable. Ambient light controlled environment, the whole 9 yards. Now, you know what's real sad? We busted him. We got a demonstration. We busted him in a demonstration where he was showing off the UV mix next to another product. I guess it was supposed to be our product. That was supposed to be. But we noticed that the UV mix that he had on that side was lighter than what we had in the container over here. That's actually, we did the UV mix twice. The first time we tried to order it, because in the video he displayed a UV mix, but it didn't match in our container. It was a much lighter UV mix, which produced a higher white level. So we placed an order again in that demonstration, which of course it was canceled. He was basically falsifying the demonstration to make his product like something that wasn't at all, period. We were going to match to what we had in the container. Second time we tried to make an order, that was basically to do the whole entire demonstration over again to match the sample we have here. The back what we have here is really his, but again, that order was also canceled, which proves that, you know, at the end of the day, like I said, if that wasn't my product there to begin with, I would have let the order go through. Hey, take it down there, let me see what we got, we'll unbox it, so and so and so, so I can prove this guy wrong. Didn't even do that. And this is good for us because, like I said, you know me, I'm always looking for darker screens to go against. Always looking for darker screens to go against, especially against our darker products. Now we've already done Dark Star 9, we've done the darker screen version of Daylight Screens. We did the Blade with DMP Supernova has a dark screen. You know, we're hunting for dark screens to have them go against our technology. But we're not going to do it on contrast levels. This is going to be tested on white levels. We want to see which one of our screens or any screen out there is going to produce a high enough white level to match one of our technologies. We all know they can do contrast or darker screens. Those tests are done with white levels. That's the brightest white level right there on the screen. If my screen did what your screen did, when the screen rolls down, the whole entire screen would be the same color as your screen as it's going down. Can't match a Phoenix white levels. You can't match a Phoenix contrast levels. And Phoenix is a black screen, so you know automatically it's going to produce a higher contrast in your screen. You can't match it on no level. So if you're making claims that all black screens, including ours, I can't talk about the other ones. I can only talk about myself. But if you're claiming that our screens produce a dark level that can't be seen, you really should be talking about your UV mix at the end of the day. Because man, that stuff comes up really, really trifling dark. I'm not trying to be rude, but it comes up trifling dark. That's how dark it comes up. And that's it. And I know in technology, it's going to lose some white levels when it comes to darker screens, but it should never be on that level. That is way too dark. And we're in the dark right now. We even have our lights on. Let's go to, what's this one right here? Oh, that's the OLED Jazz. That's what that is. Let's go to the white dolls real quick.
Sleep before sleep number was just that. It was just sleep. My sleep number
Doesn't have to be a white level. Anything comes up dark on the screen.
Every moment of quality sleep makes every waking moment count.
Here in Nature's Bakery, we found the perfect place for thinking up a brand new way.
Look at that on the commercial. I can't say any more than that. Now watch on my screen leaves. Look at the white screen. For those who have white screens, if you want to take a gander at that real quick. This is how fast your color fades. Those using white projection screens. I can't wait tonight. That's going to be a huge eye opener for those who have white screens. I get it from time to time. I'll have a customer contact me and says, well, no, it looks good with the lights out. No, it does not look good with the lights out. It looks absolutely horrifying. But like I said, on their end, that's what they're used to seeing. You know what I mean? They're used to seeing it on that level. They're not used to seeing when you take it a level up, you go, okay, there you go. That's what you're supposed to be seeing. And you don't have to calibrate crap. Why? Why are you calibrating your screen? My projector's always dirt, and I don't even calibrate it. So you have a white screen back in the day, you would have to calibrate this thing. Look at it. Color is off like left and right. It's off. It's off by a lot. So you would have to calibrate it. That product in the middle, I don't know what you could do with that. I don't know. Calibrating, just forget it. Calibrating or whatever is not going to work with it. The lighter paints that he makes, yeah, you're going to have to calibrate that because that comes close to being a white screen. It really does. It comes very close to being a white screen. That right there is the personal mix, right there. Ain't much of a difference, is it? Not really. So you're going to have to calibrate that too. That's why you're told to I've never told you to calibrate a projector, never will, but you have been told to calibrate if you bought from this individual that you're going to have to calibrate and use it in some form of ambient light controlled environment. But when you're dealing with black technology, you don't calibrate your projector. Do you see the color of the brick between here and here? Look how dark the brick comes up on the UV mix. That's the light there. Now mine, that's the light mix. I need to put my controller down for that one. You don't have to calibrate. What you're calibrating for? Projector does all the work. That's what dark screens are designed for. They're designed to make the color pop. Now, if you had a white screen, yeah, you'd be calibrating. Should have wanted a commercial. Oh, by the way, I'll pause it for a minute. I got the wrong controller. That right there, you're seeing it coming up, look very dark. That's Crow's UV mix, personal mix. So the personal mix is lighter, way lighter, way lighter than the Metallica mix. And it's way lighter than the UV mix. And if you look at it, it's pulling up a bit of a dirty image. Now, is it going to be to compete next to the white screen? No. I mean, it's going to be to compete next to the screen, but the image is coming up a little too dirty. And then you have the UV mix, which doesn't pick up a white level at all. At least a personal mix can pick up a somewhat white level to a certain degree, but the UV mix cannot pick up anything. If he were to tell you that his personal mix or cinematics being lighter mixes can pull up equal to a white screen, that's a lie. There's no screen that can pick up next to a white screen unless the screen is white itself. Just like with black technology, unless your screen's 100% black, there's only way you're going to be able to pick up a star film demonstration. You can't pick that up with any other color. Now you can mimic it. You can. We have the thing called contrast shifting. They're mimicking the technology, mimicking the black level. But I said 100%. Only black screens have that capability. This is not even black. This is actually gray. And look how the white level is pushed over. It comes up dark. And that's being hit with a 5,000 lumen projector. Let me get this off of here altogether, because it's not about that demonstration. It's an idea, but it's not about that demonstration. This is why I said these weren't tested products. They weren't tested at all. We wouldn't have these results if they were tested. No, tested product would be, let me see. Let's go with tested product. A product that's been in a facility that has been tested over and over again. We'll go with the Parallax. I'm gonna butcher the name, we all know it. It's a Parallax. This is a screen made by Daylight. You know how dark these are? These are dark gunmetal screens. And this is a product that has been tested, because I guarantee you, if they were in a test facility and their screen came up looking like this screen would have never made it on the market. So we're going to take the gunmetal screen. If I can get some of this frog tape to release itself on the roll. I'm going to put this over here next to Crow's product. This is a certified screen. Pretty sure the screen has been tested, because if it hasn't, like I said, they'd be hit with a lot of people want their money back, and these are very expensive screens. I'm going to put that right here. And the wolf. Get in front of it right there. There you go. That's a certified screen. That screen's been tested. Let's put that right here near the wolf, because I want to be clean on the wolf. There we go. See? That's a gunmetal screen. That screen's super dark. Now, it can't match our screens when it comes to color. It doesn't match our screens when it comes to contrast, but that screen can see white levels. See that? I want you to look at that real close. That's a gunmetal screen. That's a screen that was tested. So if they take that screen in any facility and they throw any white levels up against it, that screen's going to be able to pull and see white light next to a white screen. You look at Crow's UV mix, it's not pulling any form of white levels whatsoever due to the fact that it can't see white light. And now, me being a person who develops screen paints, what I would see from that end, that product has nothing in it at all whatsoever to trigger the paint. If there was something in it to trigger it, to get it to react to white light, then I would go, oh yeah, okay, cool, there's something in there to trigger it. But just nothing in it to trigger it. But that right there, my friends, is a probably about $44,000, $5,000 projection screen. That's producing that. He can begin to produce a contrast. That screen's going to produce a better contrast in its product, and it's going to be able to produce a better white level. That's what a tester screen is supposed to look like. There's nowhere in the world they're going to market that screen, put it through all the freaking stuff that they put it through, and then put it up on showcases and showrooms and have that screen on display to have it look like this at the end of the day. No, this is a tested product right there. This is why we like to do certified screens only. I like to do certified screens because that's a screen that's tested, that has tests backing it up. So we go side by side to that. We can say, okay, look, we did side by side of your product. This is our results. This is your results, so and so and so. I know that's a product that I'm going against. It's worth my time because it's been tested. If I bring it down here and I throw it against a white screen, it's going to display a white level. Where this product, on the other hand, is going to display nothing because it wasn't tested. That's why I don't like to do the screen paint products, because they're not tested properly. See? Even they know that. Even though they develop a dark screen, all dark screens are going to drop a little when it comes to white levels. But it can't drop to the point where you can't see the image, because there's no point in selling the screen if you can't see the image to begin with. UV mix, on the other hand, can't see a white level. Daylight's dark screen can see a white level. DMP Supernova can see a white level. All the screens we have in that kitchen drawer that have that certification tied to it can see white levels. Unexcusable. Absolutely unexcusable. Very good. Like I said, that's why I prefer doing my demonstrations against certified screens only, because these screens are certified. These screens have been tested and retested and tested and retested to show that they can pull that nice white level. That's what that reflective surface is for, to be that so the screen can pull up a nice white level right there. This right here is a no-no. Let's go get some more demonstrations. I'm going to play this out through. We'll go over time a bit. I try to keep it under 30. I do try to keep it under 30, but there's just so much you need to see. It's hard to try to keep it within the 30 line. So yeah, when we do white levels on our screens, we have to test them against the gunmetals, because gunmetals we know can produce high white levels. We have to test them against the Seymour AV 1.3s, the matinee silvers. All those are high-end light screens. Cinema gray, high-end light screens. I think it's the Infinity is the darkest screen, the Blade's the lighter when it comes to DMP Supernova. So we have to test them against all those screens. And you watch me in the demonstration, take white sheets of paper, take certified white screens, and throw them against my screen on a white level, trying to turn my screen dark. Let's see today if we can turn one of these screens dark. It doesn't even work that way, does it? Can't see the screen, turn the screen dark. But I find these demonstrations a lot more interesting than the fact that this is a product that he developed to be to produce a better contrast level, and yet the white levels are extremely horrible. It's accepted when it comes to a darker screen that they're going to lose a little bit of their white levels, but it can't look like this. We can use this on our end to show what our screens should not look like. Because if any of my screens drop in this particular zone of white levels, no, we're not selling it. It will never make it on the market. That's not good at all. That is not good at all. Never not good, good not never. It's not, that's not good. It's not a good sign. Look at that. That's bad. That's extremely bad. Let's go back on that one, the cat yawning. That's bad. Now, I guarantee you, if you did the screen on a standalone where there's no white screen behind the back of it, and you couldn't be able to tell the difference between the two, you would look at the screen and go, oh, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, there's a lot of things wrong with it. A lot of things wrong with it. I'm only doing it half and half. Look at that. So you can see the top of my screen right here with the cat's head, and you can see the bottom, how dark it is with his. That is really, really bad. That's not good. That's why you notice a lot of my demonstrations, you don't see me get up on top of the screen. Why? If you're not gonna, this is where I'm sitting at right now. So if I'm gaming, I'm actually going to sit actually a little farther back than this. But if I'm gaming, this is where I'm going to be at, a little farther back. And now I have to show the screen off on exactly where I'm going to be sitting at. There's no point in me showing you a demonstration or me squeezed up on top of the screen majority of the time, because I'm not going to be sitting there when I watch the picture. I'm going to be back here. So I have to see the difference from where I'm sitting back at 13 to 14 feet back. I can't show the difference if I'm sitting up about 1 inch away from the screen, because that really doesn't prove anything. That's why people do those demonstrations. They need to cut that out. Then we'll add some details. So you look at the whiskers at the bottom, all that's washed out. Watch all that come into play. There you go. That's what black screens do over white screens. Bring the image to life. Now it looks like a real kitty cat, doesn't it? That's what you're supposed to be seeing from your projector. Not that old, dark colors and all that nonsense, no. Let's go bring the projector up again and see where we come up on the hand. Watch the individual fingers disappear. And here comes the UV mix. Very dark color because you can't see white light. Yeah, you'll wreck your screen with this stuff. You will wreck your screen, and you will be painting it again. And I guarantee at the end of the day, you will be calling me. Calling me or emailing me. You will be. Because that is horrible. Watch all the color wash out. Kind of reminds me of that Mickey Magic Brush, which is a game you play. You can actually add color into the game. Here's this product right there. So we really don't have to have color in there so you can see that from the door. We can just use pretty much any video we want on here. I'm going to do one more, and then we're going to be done from here. So that's what I have on here. Ooh, I like this demonstration right here with the red. The red was so washed out on the white screen. It wasn't even funny how washed out it was. It was really, really washed out. That was super washed out. Oh God, it was so washed out. That's why I can't, being in this business has ruined me to be able to appreciate. I can't walk into, if I walk into an establishment and they got a white screen, I don't even watch the screen. I whip my cell phone out. There's no point. This is what it's supposed to look like. So imagine this is how you've been seeing red for 12 years on screens. There's no way in the world you can walk into an establishment where somebody has a white screen set up and they got to hit it with a high-end projector, and they're thinking because they're pulling up that image, they think they're pulling red. You can't sit there and watch that, and you just can't watch it. It's like, I leave. I can't deal with this. That's the same thing that happened in Walt Disney. Barcode projectors were like $500,000 a piece, top of the line projectors. And then I went and saw the screens, all white screens on display. I just walked out of the exhibit. So I can't do this. I know it doesn't look right. I've gone to barbecues before COVID hit. Barbecues where people set up an all white screen. Oh, I got to be home for work. I'm not watching that. I'd rather watch it on my cell phone than watch that. Spider-Man on a white screen. I know the contrast levels are going, oh, no, I'm good. I'm going home. I got things to do tomorrow. Nice barbecue and all. I'll go home. I'm not watching that. I'm like, when did you help? No, I talked to them the next day about it. And they can come down to the house and see, but other than that, no, I'm not watching that. I'm good. Bye. Look at that. Now you see why I can't sit through it. I can't watch that. And the reds on Spider-Man, the contrast levels, none of that's going to show up on a white screen. Our freaking our outdoor screens will blow one of these out of the water with no problem. That's another point right there. Yeah, welcome to my world, people. When you see me watching, breaking a video, this is what I do literally when I'm online, breaking people's videos down. This is what I do. Stir a hot cup of coffee, break your video down, watch and see exactly all your flaws pop out. When you watch enough of these, you'll see what you'll get a chance to see exactly what you need to look for. I can tell that fast when the white sugar powder went across, where the screen went dark. Powder is supposed to be white. On the metal utensils, let me see, go back a little bit here. Yeah, that's what you got to do if you want to go into this business. It's a lot of work. If you enjoy what you do, it's not work. See that right there? When that powder went across, that powder is supposed to be white, not supposed to be dark. Wouldn't you rather me be this way than not be this way and cut corners? If I cut corners and you want stuff like this, it's up to you what you want at the end of the day. See? That silver, it's supposed to be silver. It's not supposed to be that dark. You're missing half the detail. It's gone. In the white screen, you're missing all the detail. Right here, See where the sugar's bubbling up on the side? You're missing all that. You're missing the detail in that. And that screen's pulling too dark to begin with. So watch when my screen goes over top of it. You can see all the detail in the sugar. That's what you're missing. That's what you're not seeing. That's what the picture you're supposed to be seeing right now. It's a big difference, ain't it? This is why I do the demonstration where I'm at a distance from back here. There's no point in me doing the demonstration me sitting right up on top of the screen. As I said before, you're not going to be sitting up on top of the screen when you watch it. You're going to be at a distance. So you have to be to see the difference on where I'm sitting back here. This is why I don't own TVs. Why would you own a TV if you have technology like this floating around your house all day? Right, we're doing this with lights out. My technology is designed to be used in ambient light lit environments. I got a screen painted to my ceiling. So if I want, I can watch the game on my ceiling. So this stuff is designed to be used in low lit environments. I don't do a lot of demonstration with lights out. But like I said, for people who basically depend on the dark in order to make their screens look good, well, we can show you exactly, even in the dark, your screens are still failing. That's not good. Ice cream, that's supposed to be lighter than that. Way lighter than that. That's supposed to be way, way, way lighter than that. This is not to embarrass this product. This is from people think I'm doing this just it's not to embarrass this product. This is done to show you exactly how we do testing over here, how it's supposed to be done. From my point of view, it's not to do the video to embarrass him. It's to show him what he needs to fix. This just shouldn't look like this. That's not supposed to be that dark right there. It's supposed to be lighter. But somebody like him doesn't know how to take notes, so they're going to continue making bad product. That's what's going to happen. This paint should never be on your website for sale. You need to pull this off your website. This is really bad. If I was a company right now and I bought this stuff, you'd be getting a chargeback from me. That's bad. That should not look like that. Look at that right there. That black spot coming up like that. It's never good. So he's pulling the contrast level. Yeah, he's pulling the contrast level, but it's not black. You're not seeing black. We can pull the same contrast and maintain the white levels all at the same time. See? You have to be to maintain both to do it. Alright, that's enough there. It's not really piquing my interest on that one. Let's see space. Oh, spelled that completely wrong. Okay.
Introducing Hershey's Organic.
That's not good. Everything's coming bright and dirty. And the white levels. Not reading anything. Nothing is reading at all. Nothing's reading. Advanced white levels are untouchable. They're beasts. This is the technology challenge. Oh man. Again, your screen's gray, my screen's jet black. You can't match the white levels of Phoenix. How do you even explain that? That's really, really poor. That's really poor. You should not be selling this mess. It's a mess. It's a bit of a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess. That's a mess. Look at the white screen at the bottom. See how that color comes back to life? I have this demonstration displayed on the showroom for where our screens are being displayed at. This right here alone is going to nail so many contracts, it's not even funny. Look at that. The white screen's not picking up anything. Of course, that's a white screen. They get whitewashed, or either way, they get whitewashed. But your product is not picking up. I don't know what's worse. I don't even know how to go about this. I'm just kind of stunned on words here because keep in mind, his screen next to my screen, the screen comes up gray. My screen is jet black. So we got a jet black screen producing a higher white level than your UV mix, and your UV mix is gray. You would think that the gray mix would bring up a higher white level, but it doesn't. You can't even match this technology's contrast levels. And this screen is beating you at white levels and it's black. Now you see why we got cancellations from him. There's no way in the world his product would pass any of the tests we put our screens under. Pretty sure you haven't seen demonstrations like this, have you? We have to do these on black screens all the time. This is the normal for a black screen. This is why it's not having any problems. These are normal tests they have to go through. But when you don't test your products out and you rush them through the ringer as fast as possible and you cut corners, this is what you get when you cut corners. You get a product that doesn't work. That's a shame right there. That's a crying shame. I couldn't imagine the campaigning he did behind the screen. I really couldn't imagine what he fed you on telling you that the screen was going to produce white levels. No, the white levels are absolutely horrible. They're absolutely horrible. There's no excuse for that at all, period. Your personal mix pulls a higher white level, of course, than your UV mix does. Pulls a much higher white level it does than your UV mix. If you're claiming that the Cinemax, and as I said before, if the Cinemax is making claims that the Cinemax is, you're making falsified claims you can't back up. If you're claiming that the Cinemax pulls a contrast level equal to a Black Phoenix or a Phantom, virtually impossible. Those screens are seriously jet black screens. Then that means your UV mix should be able, then your Cinemax should be able to pull a higher contrast level than your UV mix, being a darker screen. But your UV mix can't even match any of the blacker screens we have because those screens are black and UV mix is a dark gray. So it comes up under our screen as gray. Same thing as the darker version, or I got the parallax, I'm gonna butcher that anyway. Their screen, basically, if you put them next to a white screen, it pulls a heavy dark contrast level, and we stick them on our screen, they come up gray. Dark Star 9s do the same thing. So how is it possible that a Cinemax, being a much lighter product, it's going to have the ability to be able to pull a contrast level equal to a black screen, but yet I doubt it can even come close to even matching a UV mix on a star field, which I guarantee we will never see those demonstrations. You make accusations you can't back up. That's the problem we have here. Now, that's your personal mix right there. Your personal mix is right next to my Phoenix. And in any way, it's not turning my screen dark. But yet the personal mix is producing a higher white level than the UV mix. The UV mix white levels are absolutely horrible, and the UV mix is actually lighter than my product because it's a gray. A dark gray, but it's a gray. And my screen is jet black. So where are you getting these? Where are you getting this from? I think what you have in that container or whatever you're painting down to make it seem like that's supposed to be our product, I think that's your UV mix because it reacts exactly the same way as it does with those videos you do, exactly the same way. Sorry, the video is a little long, people, but I was trying to make it shorter. But every time I get into these videos, man, it's dumbfounded on exactly how this guy gets on camera every day and spirits out all these lies, but yet he has nothing to back them up. We can take your product down here. We can break it down for you, no problem. We can do all the demonstrations that you skipped and didn't do, and we can show people exactly how your product actually reacts. White levels are absolutely horrible. Absolutely horrible. You lied about. That's why he can never have that cinematic. And Cinemax is going to be here. We got to have that here for the sole purpose of the lie you told about it being able to pull a contrast level next to a black screen equally. That's why it has to be here, because that's a barefaced lie right there. Biggest lie ever. And like I said, you can do this test for yourself. You have a darker mix right there. You have a UV mix, a darker mix. You need to put, we don't even order your product for that. You need to take the Cinemax and put it right next to the UV mix. Do a star fill demonstration. And as that Cinemax overshadows that UV mix, pulls a darker level than the UV mix, then voila. Hey, hats off to you. I give you credit for that. But I doubt it's going to do that. The UV mix is going to pull a heavier contrast level, because the statements that you're making are falsified. The statements that you made about the UV mix pulling a contrast level, yeah, it can pull a contrast level equal to one of our screens. No. Not equal to one of our screens. But the thing about that, you didn't even show off when it came to the UV mixes, you didn't show off its white level capabilities. You probably do it on a standalone by itself, nothing to compare it to, but we got it here on this great big huge white screen. There's no way to get around that. Now that product is coming out really dark. And then next to our product that's actually black, an actual black screen, produces a higher white level than your UV mix. Look at that. Which goes to show me on my end, and what I'm getting from that, is that whatever you put in this product, I guarantee at the end of the day, it's just two elements. It's black and white paint. Because neither one of those elements have the ability to be able to pull white light. Unless you got all white screen paint, the screen's all white, or it's one of these light gray mixes, and you can do that. But if you're making a darker mix and the base coat of that, it's going to be dark to begin with a couple of shades of white paint into it in order to get get that darker mixture. You're not pulling any form of white light whatsoever. Now, if the majority of your base is white, like a bare silver screen, or maybe some bare 1050. You know what I mean? Or 1030, one of them, you're in there. Okay, yeah, you're going to be able to pull some white light with no problem. You know what I mean? Depending on how much black you put into it, depending on how heavy your contrast level is going to show. But then again, you run into a bit of a problem with that, because if the screen's too light, then the color doesn't pull up contrast, or suffers from it. Put too much contrast into it, white levels will suffer, color will suffer. So it's a bit of a trying to get the balance just right. And this one, you didn't do anything at all. In order to make the darker mix, like I said, you can't start off with the light mix and then put black paint into that. It'll come out really, really bad, really bad. And you'll have to use a lot of resources just to change that white to black. It's easier if you basically start off with a black base or a dark gray base, and you start dropping tablespoons or teaspoons of white paint in there to tone it out, to lighten it up a little bit. But at the end of the day, if there's nothing else in there to be able to register and read white light from the projector, you're going to come out with this. That's what's going to happen. That's not a good thing. So are you coming up too dirty? Even in the green, you're coming up too dirty. See? I can put my screen half and half. I don't have to overshadow and do half and half. Your screen's coming up too dirty. White levels are at the bottom. The white screen's washing everything out. Right, your levels are coming up too dirty. Her skin tone should never be that dark. It's supposed to be clean, very clean. Which shows me at the end of the day, your product is not my black and white paint. That's all it is. You're charging $85 again for black and white paint. I can tell that from here just by looking at it, what's in it. Because if there was anything else special in it, you would see a difference. The white levels would pull a little higher, something would pop. I hate to say it, people, but you're getting fleeced again. Yep. Mind you, like I said, when I turn the lights on, you'll see my screen's black. His is gray. He should be able to pull a higher white level than my screen easily. But he can't do that because what's in there, what's in his mixture, doesn't give that the capability to do so. And what doesn't do that is paint. Paint is designed to be painted on your walls. It's not designed to be a projection screen. You have to add something in there to get it to read that white light and color and all that stuff, the pop, contrast, and everything. Something has to be added to it. Now see, I can pull the contrast levels, yeah. But it's going to have a problem when it comes to that white light. Your screen's coming up dirty. It's interesting how you basically try to label a product that's coming up unwatchable. Your product is literally unwatchable. Here's a good way to ruin your projection screen, definitely. Or paint it on a product that's no good. As for the lighter gray screen paints, they're even worse. They're even worse. Like I said, they can't pull color or contrast. They're even worse. They wash out even faster. That's why you're told to calibrate your projector. Never ever pass a Phoenix test. You won't pass it. There's stuff down there right now, it's not passing it. You know what stuff won't pass it. The UV mix is the darkest product he has. There is no other darker product than the UV mix. We have the darkest product he makes. That is a crying shame right there. I'm gonna leave that there for Facebook. I got a Facebook demonstration to do pretty soon. A live demonstration on this altogether. That's a crying shame right there. And we're in the dark, pretty much in the dark, and that's a crying shame. There's no way in the world your white low should ever look that dark. I told you, he didn't do proper test. He didn't test his work. Test your product. Yo, you'll be painting your screen twice. No excuses. That's 5,000 lumen projector sitting behind us. Now, Chrissy has that. You'll be painting your motorized screen again. You definitely will be. Or your wall. What are you painting that stuff on? You're definitely painting it on. Let me we can always come back to this right here. This is right there. I'll put this right here. So that's not going to stick on my screen at all, period. I'm gonna go over to start for demonstration. I told you, you can't even pull a star for demonstration. So if you think you're equal to our contrast levels, not even close. Again, screen's black. There's no way in the world that you're going to be able to match that technology on that screen being black. See? Screen's supposed to maintain. After we do contrast level demonstrations, they're supposed to be done in fully lit environments. It's easy to cheat a demonstration in the dark. Contrast demonstrations are very easy to cheat in the dark. They have to be done with lights on. We got our commercial lights over here. They have to be done in a fully lit environment, so that way you can see where your contrast levels lie at. So even in contrast levels, say we don't do the white levels. Say we just do contrast levels only. Your screen can't even support next to our technology with the lights on. Our screen's always going to maintain a contrast level because it's jet black. The white screen, on the other hand, well, that's going to wash out either way. And wake-up call for customers who own white screens, not customers, but saying people who own white screens. Like I said, at a storefront, they'll use this in a store on a white screen. And they'll say, well, as long as we're seeing something, this is considered to be acceptable. People who have businesses and you own white projection screens, whether it's being your church or wherever it may be at, it's a huge fail. You could jump up to 5,000, 6,000, 7,000. The higher the lumens you jump on your projector, the faster you're going to wash out your screen even faster. It's reflecting white light off the screen. You're not picking up anything at all, nothing. You have to have black technology in order to see that. But also, too, not only have to have black technology to see a contrast level, your black technology has to be high enough to see a white level also, as we displayed with this product. Phoenix can do both. It can see white levels and black levels and recolor at the same time. Even in a fully lit environment. So if you're going to be talking about dealing with venue projectors, much as the one I have behind me, they're going to be working. The fact that you're going to be working with a venue projector in the dark is going to be rare. Most of the times they're in really high commercial environments. But even if you're working with one in the dark, your product doesn't even work in the dark. Neither do the certifieds either, because we've done the certifieds already. They don't work either. All right, well, I got to be back on. We're not going to go outside and do the outdoor screen, which I was really looking forward to do because we got rain and the rain came down pretty heavy. And usually I don't trust when rain comes down like that because of the spirit of the moment when rain comes down like that. And I don't want to get my equipment damaged. So I'm just going to wait till Monday to do that demonstration. Tonight, I am looking forward to doing the all lights out, even darker, because I do got some light coming through my windows, but not a lot. It's still dark in here. I do want to do a lights out demonstration just strictly between the black screen and the white screen to show my customers that are still using these white projection screens that they're not getting exactly what they think they're getting, especially, like I said, if you're using it for business. So when I was in Target, way back, way before COVID hit. And I came and I saw the projection screen from a distance. Of course, I'm gonna run up on top of it to see what it looks like, because I'm in the projection screens. And the first thing I look up to see the projector, what kind of model it was. Take a picture of it, go online, find out what it is. Really amazing optimal 4K projector. And I'm looking at the screen, and the screen is bone white. And they're just getting like little faint colors of makeup displays, but nothing the way it should look. Nothing the way it should look. I guarantee if my technology was on it, they would draw a lot of attention to that screen. They would draw a lot of attention to the screen if the projector was off, because people are not used to seeing black screens. They're used to seeing the screens being white or gray. They're not used to seeing a black screen set up there. So they'd be kind of curious to see what it is and why is it black. Because I get that all the time when I do demonstrations. I live across the street. Well, actually, I live across from a golf course. From time to time, I get a couple of people that'll come up near the gate and they'll ask about why the screen's black. So it sparks interest. All right, well, that's the most I can show you right now, to tell you the truth. Like I said, anyway, it's not a way to tear. I don't come in to try to tear down this product. It's because these are things you're supposed to be seeing. Anytime I do a demonstration, we display our test demonstrations. When people ask, when's the product going to launch, what's the first thing I say? We can't launch it until we do all the test demonstrations on it. We do them live. You come in and watch them. You watch them later on. It's up to you. But they're all done live for you to watch the test demonstrations to see how the screen is going to perform. We don't hide anything from you. But when I watch these demonstrations with other people, oh man, I couldn't give you how many violations that I count in the video on how they're blocking ambient light or they're dodging ambient light. My favorite one is when they show the window and they have objects in the window or the blinds that are on a slant. I mean, there's a whole different ways they do it. Or they'll have a big window here, but the curtains will be shut on this side, but on this side away from the screen, the curtains will be open to give it the illusion of ambient lights in the environment. The screens did that a couple of times. But anyway, yeah. So those are my favorites to watch. Or, having cookie cutter screens, like cookie cutter screens tucked away under something small. If you notice, we don't do cookie cutter screens over here. I do sample screens. My sample screens are 50 to 60 inches. And when we're done with that, the first thing I say is, oh, I can't wait to get this on a bigger screen, which we need to have it on a bigger screen so you can see a bigger display. Oh my goodness, I just thought about this. This is perfect for right here. You know what this is perfect for? Because I need to do test screens. I need something where I can hang my screens up at. I can do a couple motor action. Motor screens are cheap. They're like $68. They're cheaper than freaking plexiglass. Went down and got a piece of plexiglass. Plexiglass would cost me about $150 for a 4x8. If I try to get the carbonated cardboard, which I know I'm butchering the name of that, the plastic cardboard, Uline wants something like almost $300 for like 10 sheets of it. Home Depot, when I get down there, most of that stuff is all beat up and broken up, so it's not even worth even buying. And then Amazon doesn't even have it. Amazon even has the smaller sheets. But I can just go buy a bunch of these. The motorized projection screens only cost me $68. All I need is just 4 of them. Let's keep in mind, like I said, it takes 30 applications to jam a motor. So I already know that I can paint the screen over and over again. We just can't put 30 applications on it because it would damage the screen. That's what I can use it for. Perfect. Hang them up here and change them out. I'm gonna do 4 of them. We already got a gamer. I want to do a gamer down here. I want to do the slate, the gamer. We got the black. Anything else? We can do the invisible, but the invisible's got to be designed differently. I'll have to build that frame right there and put some PVC invisible and coat that. Because I'm not buying a piece of plexiglass. That'd be too expensive. All right, well, we're done with this right here. Then I'm probably going to do some gaming down here. I doubt if Bite is on. It's probably not on gaming right now. Oh, no. They're having family night. That's what they're having. Now, say I'm doing the demonstration. I'm just going to take the demonstration I did here and post it over on Facebook. I'm going to go upstairs and get something to eat. I'm a little tired. And I'll be back when I do the light side. It'll be fully dark by the time I get down here. And we'll do the demonstrations with the black and white, with the white screen. Because I'll have to get these in before tomorrow, because tomorrow is Lord's Day. And I need to practice more. I'm not doing any video demonstrations, just dedicating that time to God and not be on here doing demonstrations. I shouldn't be doing it on Sunday. I shouldn't be doing any demonstrations on Sunday. So keep in mind, I still keep the one thing. I'm not going to do any demonstrations tomorrow. I can't do demonstrations tomorrow. I can't do that. I'm not supposed to do that all, period. If you contact me tomorrow, I got a contact, pretty much on Monday, I'm going to have to contact you on Monday. I don't contact anybody on Sunday because on that day anyway. Yeah, people, it's a black screen. Black screen. And this answers the question. People are saying, well, can I roll the screen up and down and get done painting it? Yeah, you can. I would give it about a day to dry with a fan, just to be sure. It's not going to take a day, but I would give it a day to dry with a fan, just to be sure. And after that, you can roll it up and down all you want. I got a gamer screen upstairs that we painted. I got 3 of these. I got the gamer screen, the customize, and we have this one right here. Which I like this one because this one has the reverse on it. I had some LED lights for this screen too. I haven't bought LED lights for it yet. It's nice and quiet. All right, people, that's it. I gotta go. I'll be back on later on tonight to do the lights out. All right, gotta go. God bless.